Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for the second video from me of our 12 days of Christmas. So for the second day of Christmas, we got 2 turtle doves. Hopefully you had a chance to do our origami partridge video and our pear cookies and earn some points that way. So for this week, I am going to be helping you do hand print turtle doves in a little nest. You could put a string on them and hang them on your tree. You can just stick them on your window. You can stick them in Christmas cards and send them out. Whatever you want to do with them is up to you. So what you're going to need is some hands, either yours or some little people's hands, whichever ones you want to use. You can use your kids, you can use your own, whatever makes you happy. You're going to need some green paper. You're going to need some paper. I have this fancy Christmas paper, although I'm not going to use most of my Christmas stuff down here, but you could just use regular white paper if you wanted to use regular white paper. You're going to need a marker, some scissors, and then something orange, whether it's orange paper or whether it's orange tape. I'm going to be using orange electrical tape for this. Just something small to make the beaks. It's really, really easy. So we're going to hop right in and do this. First thing you're going to do is you are going to trace your hand. But you're not going to trace it like this. We're not making a turkey. We are making a turtle dove. So we want our fingers closed and our thumbs sticking out, kind of like a mitten. Or you're going to trace the hand of a child, whichever you prefer to use. So you're going to do that first. Make sure you trace both hands because you need one in each direction. However, if you're using just plain blank paper, then it won't matter. You can just flip over the other one and you only have to trace one. But if you're using paper that has a fancy pattern or something on it, you are going to have to trace both your hands, which I know if you're tracing your own hands might be a challenge. So maybe let your kid help. Let them trace your hand, or you trace their hand, or you could do both. You could do a whole family of partridges. So you're going to need one of each. I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. Like so. These are really easy, really simple to make. They don't take very long, and they would make a cute little Christmas ornament gift for the kids to send to grandma or their teachers or, you know, moms or dads or any of those people. They would make a really cute little gift. So I have one hand and cut out the other one. We have several other interesting things coming up over the next week. Next few weeks, we will be doing a Thanksgiving craft for our 4 calling birds. We will be doing a teacher's gift in case you are looking for an idea for your kids' teachers. Stay tuned to our Bean Stack 12 Days of Christmas Challenge videos and you will get a great idea for a really simple teacher's Christmas gift that's really practical for this year and inexpensive as well. So if you're one of the people whose kid has 15 preschool teachers, that's okay. They are really inexpensive to make, so it won't be so bad. All right, now I've got my hands cut out. As you can see, I, of course, traced my hands the wrong way, so now I have 2 that go the same way. That's okay. So we've got our hands cut out. What you're going to do is now I'm going to take my Sharpie or a really nice gel pen if you have one of those. I'm just going to add a little feather lines down here to the tail of my bird to just make those look a little bit more like tail feathers. So just draw a couple of lines and a really couple of loose bit of lines on there. And then I'm going to add a wing shape to this body because partridges have wings, so they don't use them much. And we're going to add a little bit of feathering to that. Really, really, really easy. And then I'm going to draw an eye up here at the top, just like that. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other one. Oh, forgot a wing. All right, so we have, our two mostly finished turtle doves. Now we're going to use that orange thing we found, whether it's paper or tape or even just an orange marker and you feel like drawing your own, and we are going to give these guys a little beak. I like the look of the beak sort of hanging off the edge of the nose, or off the edge of the partridge personally, but that's just me. If you prefer just to draw it on there, that's fine. So I'm just going to cut a very small triangle of my orange tape here. I used orange construction paper on my sample and just a little bit of glue, so that works too. I'm going to cut another small triangle for the other one. And that's going to be our little beak. I'm going to add that right to the top of the head, just like the eyes. So now we have our partridge. Next, we have to make the pine branch nest for it to sit in. So what you're going to need for that is a piece of green paper. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. Now, I'm actually going to have to fold it the long way for this one because I used my hands and not my kids' hands on this one, so they're a little bigger. If you use smaller hands, you need a smaller piece of paper. And then if you use your bigger hands, you're going to need a larger sheet of paper if you use big hands. All right, so you're going to need a strip of green paper. I have mine folded at the bottom. This one is folded actually on the edge here, and I kind of just stuck it inside there. And we're going to turn this into a pine branch pretty easy. We're going to take our scissors, and we're just going to snip along the edge on an angle, making some nice big cuts in there. Same thing on the other side to give it that sort of pine branchy look. Now, if you want it to be a much more defined pine branch, you could leave it like this, which is more of a fringy, really tight pine branch. But if you want it to be a little bit more defined, like on this one, you can go back to those spaces where you just cut and cut just a little bit more on the inside of where you just cut and cut out these little triangles. And that's going to give you a little bit more of a branchy look rather than just the needles on there. You're going to get a nice sort of more refined branchy look by just cutting off a little bit more right at the slice that you've already cut and just kind of angling it in so these little triangles that you can see are falling off mine come off. And then that's going to give you a much more defined pine branch look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on my other side too. And get my nice defined branch here squared away. I wanted to have some Christmas music playing in the background, but Facebook is so finicky about those sorts of things, we decided it's best to leave that off. All right, and then I'm just going to cut a few more of those little slits here along the top end to give it sort of a finished edge look like that. So now I have made a really simple pine branch nest. Really easy. What you're going to do is you are going to take your partridges and you are going to take your glue, which I totally forgot to tell you we needed. But you're going to get some glue and you're going to take your partridges and you are going to glue the partridges inside your little nest. You want them to overlap a little bit, but keep their heads kind of close together because, I'm sorry, they're not partridges, they're turtle doves. Because turtle doves always come in pairs. And you're going to glue them in just like that. And voila, you've got yourself 2 turtle doves snuggled up in a nice little nest for the winter time. I hope you enjoyed our video and you've managed to successfully create turtle doves out of Handprint. We would love to see your creations, so if you want to go ahead and snap a picture of it and post it underneath this video link with the hashtag CLSV12days, that would be great. Have a great time. Bye.